pedagogical content knowledge in physics. And you are welcome to Unit 1 of this model. And in Unit 1, we are going to look at the forms of teacher knowledge, basically an introduction. And in the first session of this unit, we will be looking at the general knowledge base of the physics teacher. My name is Patrick AJ. Now, at the end of this session, you should be able to bridge the gap between educational theory and practice and provide prospective physics teachers a chance to integrate their content knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and pedagogical content knowledge as it applies to high school physics teaching. So let's look at the general knowledge base of the physics teacher. General knowledge base. And we must understand that the professional learning of physics teachers is an ongoing process of knowledge building and skill development for effective teaching practice. So, as a prospective teacher, all the trainings that you go through so that one day you become a physics teacher is to ensure that you become a teacher whose teaching will be effective, a teacher whose learners will enjoy your teaching, a teacher who will be well versed in content, well versed in the approaches of teaching, well versed in the various approaches that will enhance student learning. And in the context of a diverse society, it is the process through which teachers in high minority schools will master both content and diverse student pedagogy. Now, we must understand that in the classroom situation, we have several teaching approaches that a teacher can use to enhance effective teaching and learning. And so all the trainings that you go through is to equip you with these skills that you will need in order to deliver the content in ways that learners will understand. And so historically, knowledge bases of teacher education have focused on the content knowledge of the teacher. So previously, every teacher must be well versed in the content he or she will teach. But then currently, teacher education has now shifted the concern. They have shifted the focus to pedagogy at the expense of content knowledge. So now, as a teacher, when it comes to pedagogical approaches, the method, the teaching methods, the teaching approaches, you must also be well versed over there. It shouldn't only be content knowledge. And research on pedagogy has also focused on the application of general pedagogical practices in the classroom. However, several researchers have rekindled the discussion about the importance of the teacher's content knowledge in learning to teach. So you realize that as a teacher in the 21st century, you don't need only content knowledge. You don't also need only the pedagogical knowledge. You need these two. You need the content knowledge and the pedagogical knowledge in order to function effectively as a teacher in the 21st century classroom. So the type of knowledge that is being required, what prospective physics teachers like yourself, you need to know and be able to do should be grounded in what their future students need to know. So what you as the teacher you must know will be the same thing you will transmit to or you will transfer to the learners. And so what you know is what your learners will know. And for that reason, you should be able to, understand the various concepts very well so that you can present them to learners in such a way that they can live and contribute meaningfully to the life in a democratic society. We know that it is you, the teacher, who will translate the national goals of education into learnable experiences that the learners will acquire. And so, national goals and standards reflect the needs of society, reflect the needs of the nation, and they have strongly converged in recent years on what it is that future teachers of science must know and be able to do. So, you as a physics teacher in the classroom, whatever things that you teach the learners, you must know that these are the national goals of education. These are the national goals of physics. And whatever you transfer or whatever you teach your learners, you must know that at the end of the day, when they come out, they should be able to solve the problems that we face as a nation. They should be able to meet the needs of the nation. And it is sometimes noted that in order to teach well, teachers must possess an identifiable knowledge base. So, you as a prospective teacher, before you can teach the subject physics very well, then there is a knowledge base that you need. So, let's look at the knowledge base that you as a prospective teacher you need to function effectively in the 21st century classroom. And so the knowledge base of a teacher consists of wisdom and prudence. And wisdom is the ability to think well about the nature of the world. It is used in the effort to discover prudence. And prudence is the ability to think about how and why we should act in order to accomplish a particular end. So the knowledge base continued. And the knowledge base of the physics teacher has been described as consisting of three elements or components. And these elements or components are the content knowledge, the pedagogical knowledge, and the pedagogical content knowledge. So these are the three knowledge base of a physics teacher. The three knowledge base that you as a physics teacher you must acquire. So let's look at content knowledge. And the content knowledge is the knowledge of the discipline itself. So here, content knowledge talks about you, the prospective teacher, your knowledge in the various content, your knowledge in the various topical areas in physics. And content knowledge consists of knowledge of physics concepts, their relationships among them, and the methods of acquiring this knowledge. Various documents describe the content students must learn, and teacher preparation documents describe the role of the teacher. So when we take the syllabus, it prescribes or it stipulates what learners must learn. And it is you, the teacher, who will translate or who will ensure that learners understand this content in the curriculum or the syllabus. So teachers must know what they are expected to teach their students. So as a teacher, you must know what is stipulated in the physics syllabus so that you can teach your learners accordingly. Now let's look at pedagogical knowledge. So pedagogical knowledge represents the generic why and how to of teaching. So how do I present this content? How am I going to teach this? Talks about your pedagogical knowledge. And it consists of knowledge of brain development, cognitive science, collaborative learning, classroom discourse, classroom and management, and school laws. So all these things, all these areas that we have mentioned comes to play anytime we are referring to pedagogical knowledge, so that the approach that you will use will determine the kind of learners that you have, will determine the approach that you will use in teaching. So you must take note of this. This means that pedagogical knowledge is very, very important to you as a prospective teacher and a physics teacher for that matter. Now let's look at pedagogical content knowledge. So you realize that now this is combining your content knowledge and your pedagogical knowledge together. And the pedagogical content knowledge represents situation-specific overlap of content knowledge and pedagogical knowledge. And and it deals with the specific why and how to of teaching a given discipline. So, you as a prospective teacher, before you can present your physics concepts in ways that your learners will enjoy and appreciate physics, you must be well versed in your pedagogical content knowledge. Now, students, today we have looked at the general knowledge base of a physics teacher, and we saw that there are three knowledge bases that you need: the content knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and pedagogical content knowledge. As we bring this session to an end, let us take this question. State and explain briefly the types of general knowledge required to be